The most important fitness equipment for athletes, we're going to start with shoes. These are automatically going into the Hall of Fame. We got our Brooks here, we got our HOKAs here. These are particular for runners, but you need the right shoes for whatever sport, whatever fitness goal you're trying to achieve. And second, we're going to put the water bottle. The water bottle is up there in the Hall of Fame automatically. I can't tell you how many of my athletes have shown up to practice or to workouts dehydrated. And we can't rely on the water that's in the facility that we're training, whether it's a gym or a training facility, a school. That won't cut it. You need a water bottle, a big one, so that you can drink water throughout the day to prepare yourself. I've got mine right here. It never really leaves my side. And we're going with a fitness journal. Now this could be your phone, or you can use something to write it down, but you need to be recording what you're doing, how you're feeling, tracking all the metrics that you need to improve and reach your goals. Today, we're going over fitness equipment for athletes. We've already put 4 things that I think you cannot absolutely live without in the Hall of Fame. Let me know in the comments below, am I missing anything? Is it going to be like a pair of headphones, maybe your pre-workout drink? But think about it before you answer. What can you absolutely not achieve your fitness goals without? I tried to order all the fitness equipment chronologically. I started with 20 years ago when I started my fitness journey. What was super important to me then? I progressed through high school, college, post-collegiately competition. What is important to me now? Stay all the way to the end, because you're going to be surprised what I find useful today. We have these bands here, these like, fitness bands. These are going to be in the runner-up category. I think they're super important. I think there are other ways to achieve what you want to achieve with the bands, whether that's activation of muscles, strengthening muscles, but this is like the beginner level of that kind of area. And so I love them because, you know what, should we move them up to champion? We're going to move them to champion. And the reason I move them up is because you're going to use them when you're a kid. You're going to use them when you're a teen, young adult. They're super easy to pack. You know, I use them to this day when I go on trips. So those are going up in the champion. Next are these like ankle weights. I know that they're really popular if you want to like run faster, jump higher, all that stuff, but they're really not good for your body. These are our first things to go on the happy to be here. Next is going to be an ab wheel. Maybe not so important for like elementary school, middle school kids, but we're going to put it in the finalist. Next, we're going jump rope. Jump rope is up here in the champion. That's going to be something that you can use throughout your time. It's super easy to travel with. It works your legs, it works your arms. As we continue to progress through this journey, you know, kids, they can like bounce back from anything, but the further you get into this journey, the further along, you're going to have to start paying attention to recovery type stuff. So we have this calf stretcher here, this foot slant thing. I was never really that big of a fan, so it's going to go into the semifinalists. I've actually been much more of a fan of this slant board here. We're going to put that in a runner-up, or this balance board here. This is going to go right next to the runner-up. And as I continued to progress from push-ups and sit-ups, we began to get into things like dumbbells and pull-ups. So this pull-up bar here is going to go into 3rd place. I wish I could place it higher, but this thing destroys your door frames. And if you have a kid that's like me, he's going to end up destroying it more than he already would. So we're starting to get into pull-ups. We're starting to get into dumbbells. We're beginning to move into this high school range now. So the dumbbells are going to go into, we'll put this in the champion category. I think dumbbells, you know, it's a great thing to learn with, and it's a great thing to build stability in your joints, and you can do a lot of movements with them. We have the Bowflex dumbbells here. These are going in the runner-up. I would say that these played more of a part in the later years of my life because they had multiple weights in them. But also, like I said, I was a kid that broke everything. And when you have weights that can come on, come off, if you want to swing them around, which you shouldn't be doing, but I was doing, you don't want those kind of like weights. Those are much more for seasoned people, so they're going to go in the runner-up. So now we're in high school. We're beginning to compete at a much higher level. We're starting to deal with injuries and wanting to get that optimal performance. We have this dorsiflexion tibia raise machine. This is going to go up into the 3rd place. It was super important for me during that time, especially when you deal with like shin splints. This is a great tool. We also have the foam roller. The foam roller, I'm going to go ahead and lump it up there in the Hall of Fame. This is something that I didn't put it in there before because as a kid, you recover so quickly. You don't really need that much foam rolling, but the more competitive you get, the more time you spend in your craft, you're going to need to start foam rolling. And right behind it, we have the yoga mat. The yoga mat's going up there in the Hall of Fame too. One of those things that you're going to need from day 1 to day 1000. I remember sophomore year was when we finally began to start getting into the weight room. We had done all of our push-ups, we had done all of our pull-ups. We're now in summer ball for sophomore year, and we're like, yes, we get to go to the weight room. We get barbells, we get racks, we get all this stuff. But what was funny about that is the only thing that changed is we did our push-ups and sit-ups in the weight room. We got to do some pull-ups, and then we had to clean the weight room for like varsity. But in addition to that, we began learning how to do Olympic lifts. We began learning how to do squats, bench, all that stuff. So this barbell is going to go up here into the champion category. It's something that, especially for athletes, is going to be huge when you want to learn how to generate a lot of force quickly. But it takes a lot of training. It takes time to learn. One of the tools that you can use is one of these like weighted bars. So the bar is going to weigh 45 pounds, a normal bar. And this weighted bar can weigh anywhere from, 5, 10, 15, up to 50. This is gonna maybe slide down here into our finalist. We've got our squat rack here. This is going up into the champion again. Then we have this Flybird bench here. I put it into the runner-up category. And then we have this super cool like pull-up ab machine where you can do like leg raises and everything like this. This is going to go into the third place category. Now we're beginning to get into college. We have our background in all of these Olympic lifts and all of these calisthenics, and we're going to start to see a little variation where, oh, we didn't know that that was even an exercise. Let's go ahead and try that. We have this Medball, which wasn't that foreign to me. I had done Medball sit-ups, Medball throws and everything. But one of the things that we really loved in college was Medball Tennis. So it's tennis, if you could picture a tennis game, but instead of a tennis ball, you're throwing a medicine ball. It is one of my absolute favorite games. And for that reason, the Medball is going in the, we're gonna put it in the champion category. You can do a lot more than just Medball throws, Medball tennis, push-ups, partner abs, a lot of things. Next, we've got a kettlebell. I had a coach in college that had like his own kettlebell specific gym. It was really fun. You begin to see holes and flaws in your strength that you thought using the barbell was the best method, and then you begin learning this whole new method. So you have your base built, and so you can build on top of that with some kettlebell training stuff. This is going into the champion category. A lot of champions today. Then you have your Bowflex kettlebell. I'm putting into the runner-up for the same reason I put the dumbbells in this section, is because you can remove and stack the kettlebell so that it becomes heavier or lighter, which is great. But you begin to get a little worried with like kettlebell swings and like Turkish get-ups. You don't want one of those falling on your face. And next we have a weight vest. I'm putting it in the finalist because you can overtrain very easily with the weight vest, but it's important. It's needed when necessary. Next is this like noodle thing here. It's used for Tommy John and rotator cuff stuff. We used to see the baseball players in the training room using it all the time. They put their back up against the wall, do some stuff like this. It looked really cool. I don't really know how to use it that well. If you do know, let me know in the comments below, but it's always something that I wanted to learn, so I just don't know how. So I put it in the semifinalist for that. Then we have this like squishy balance pad. So you stand on it and, it provides some instability, an unstable surface. You can work on recovering from injuries or just your stability for your ankles, your joints, your knees. I put it in the semifinalist category only because I like this half Bosu ball even more. I'm going to put this into the third place category. It's more expensive than I think like a half Bosu ball should cost, although I don't know what it costs to make, so who knows what I'm talking about. But I like it a lot. You can do push-ups, you can do like Poliquin step-ups, you can do single leg RDLs. I really like that tool. Now we're progressing into post-collegiate. You no longer have this like Olympic sized gym. You no longer have like a staff cleaning your laundry and stuff. So you might want to bring some stuff into the house, get stuff done quickly because you have a job, you have to go to your job, then go to your sport. So we have these calisthenic bars here that I really like and enjoy. I just kind of found out about them. We're putting those into the runner up here. And then we have these perfect push-ups. These are going into the champion category. I've done so many push-ups in my life that now I have like wrist problems. And so the perfect push-ups just helps you hold on to something so you don't have to put that much pressure on your palm. And another super simple solution to this is just dumbbells. You just get dumbbells, same idea. You do push-ups on dumbbells so that you take pressure off of your wrist. And then we have this wrist roller. Now this is going to be into the, we'll say finalist, we'll say semi-finalist category. And then we have some staples. These are just going to be in the finalists. This is actually a standing desk treadmill. And then you have a stationary bike. We're going to go into third here. But these are going to be staples for injury, recovery, going to be, just low intensity conditioning and things like that. Then we have these grip strengths here. I'm going to put this in the happy to be here, although I own this exact set and really enjoy it actually. But there's so many other ways to train your grip. You train your grip just through working out. You can also train it, like I said, with the rice bucket. So that's going to be in the happy to be here. And then super surprising, one that maybe people didn't expect is going to be furniture movers. So furniture movers can be great for abs. They can be great for push-ups with some isolated movements. Those are going in the finalist category. The way you use those is just like on carpet, and they slide really easy. You can put pressure on them and they slide. So you can do your core work, like I said. You can do some glute bridges with some extensions. Surprising that I like them so much. And they're cheap. So if you made it all the way to the end, you'll probably enjoy one of these two videos. Make sure you like and subscribe, and then I'll see you there.